This is question 48 for the practice final. This is the one time in the class that we went over completed the square. This is the only time it's actually useful for this particular class. It is actually very useful in other classes such as pre-calc, but this is the only time on the final that I might ask you the question. Again, you got a 1 out of 4 chance that it might be on the test. Okay, so what we're doing here is we have almost a trinomial. Technically, we have a plus 0 at the end. This here would make it a full trinomial, but, well, we don't really care about the fact that it's a plus 0. So to complete a square, we need a formula. B over 2, and the over 2 is just half of it, right? And then we're going to go ahead and square it. So we wrote the first portion. We're going to rewrite it again with parentheses for the B over 2. And then we're going to go ahead and square our answer. Let's insert our number, in this case, negative 14. It's important that we remember that it's negative 14. Okay? We will be using that in a second. Let's go ahead and reduce this down. We end up with a negative 7 squared, which solves to a 49. So here's how completing the square works. We are going to separate these two answers like this. These are going to be separated with a comma for this particular answer, but you could also put an equal sign if there was furthermore information to do. We're just saying that these two are similar. This negative 7 is going to go inside like that, pop an X in front, and you're done. If you notice, this portion stayed the same and comes straight down. This is the variable, our X, so we're good to go. That's the first portion. The other portion is this 49. So the 49, if you remember, there's nothing here at the end. If we put a 49, it'll take that place. So we end up with x squared minus 14x plus 49. And note that this will always be a positive, and why is that? Is because we square it. So every time you'll end up with a positive here, meaning it took two negatives to make this number, and there's our two negatives. Okay? I think when you solve this in the final, it has this reversed. So we'll go ahead and write it exactly how it's going to be on the final real quick, just so that you can get kind of which answer that is. Okay? And there we go.